8 months to go until the November election, but it will feel much, much longer. And a rematch between President Biden and former President Donald Trump is all but certain. New polling, though, is setting off alarm bells at the White House, I am sure. Okay, so look, can we see the numbers here? Do we have the magic full screens at this point? Yes. Okay, so this is what ruined everybody's Saturday who's a Democrat in Washington, D.C. The very good, people are saying it's one of the best, Joe Biden versus Donald Trump head-to-head poll, Trump up by 5. That's outside the margin of error. And oof. So why is that? Why is Joe Biden doing so poorly? Well, look at this next graphic, which is going to be beautiful. Okay, favorable views of Donald Trump. He is about where he was in 2020, which is to say, not very popular. He came back from where he was after January 6th when his numbers went much, much lower, and he's basically back. Okay, that's not great, but compare it to this. Ta-da! Ooh, that hurts. 52% in 2020 had favorable views. It didn't mean they were necessarily going to vote for Joe Biden, but they thought he was a good dude. Now it's 38%. Why is that? Why? Show us why. Show us the magic graphic, and you will be amazed. Here's why. 83% of Republicans and 88% of the people who voted for Donald Trump in 2020 hold favorable views of him. And survey says the other side, oh, that is way, way too low. And particularly too low is that 70%. Only 70% of the people who voted for Joe Biden. So these are the people he needs basically all of them back. 30% of them are either agnostic or have an unfavorable view of Biden. That's not that. When I say it's dire, that's very dire. Okay, so that's your breakdown, people. We broke it down. And Biden is facing a huge test with his State of the Union address. He's expected to use part of the primetime slot to hit on the border crisis. We spoke to Democratic Congressman Jim Himes from Connecticut about what's at stake for Biden on Thursday. Here's what he said.
Nobody looks at the border, with hundreds of thousands of people crossing over in a chaotic way. Nobody looks at that and says, yeah, that's the right answer. It is, the chaos must be addressed. A country needs borders. It is also true that we need more immigration in this country. So, I think that so long as what the president says is consistent with the strong bipartisan ideas that percolated in the Senate and that were rejected in the House a couple of weeks ago, so long as it is about, a secure border, a fair and humane immigration system, and a path for those people who want to become Americans, I think he can get that done. Now, will the extremes yell and shout? Of course they will. That's always what happens. What they can't be allowed to do, which is sadly the hallmark of this Congress, is to prevent progress.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.